Hi, I'm Tanyara,
I'm Justice,
and this is Clarity.
We are going to continue off our previous episode
Mm.
where we were talking about authenticity.
Mm.
But in this episode, so you can always feel free to watch the previous episode before, but today we're going to be talking about how you can reclaim your authenticity and live in the trueness of you and experience freedom.
And the definition is to be true to yourself, to be true to your spirit, to your character, to your personality,
Yes.
to be true to who you are, simply put.
We touched on, how people struggle to be authentic because you can't please yourself and please everyone at the same time. So whilst you're trying to be in alignment with yourself, you will be distant from everyone else because you are focusing more on your needs and your desires and your aspirations and your character, and that won't always be welcomed by everyone.
Yeah.
That's okay because you're being honest to yourself.
Yeah. A big key of like reclaiming that authenticity back is being okay with being disliked.
Yes.
It's being okay with being misunderstood. It's being okay with letting people down.
Yes.
Because it's once we are desperate to just fulfill everyone's expectations, that's when you start to lose parts of yourself.
Yes.
And when you're okay with saying no, when you're okay to put boundaries in place, and that's not a lack of love.
Yes.
Like it's just that now you've learned to love yourself too.
Yeah, and honestly, it's a rewiring thing because you are not responsible for other people's happiness. We all have responsibility over ourselves, so you can't be abandoning yourself to meet someone else's expectations. So you're honoring yourself, but you're honoring other people as well because you need to give them the space to do that for themselves because they have the ability to do that.
What people are asking of you, they should actually be finding within themselves. You know what I mean? Like if, say for example, like you've been asked to go out somewhere and you're like, oh, I just don't have it in me.
Yeah.
It might be that that person finds it hard to go places by themselves. Like in you saying no, you empower somebody else to like look at another part of themselves and be like, oh, okay, like why is it that I'm desperately can't take no for an answer? And why is it that you can't say no? So yeah, it's definitely a learning curve, and it's that rewiring because you can be so used to doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think in reclaiming your authenticity, like to reclaim something, you have to reach out and take it.
Yeah.
You've been doing something completely different maybe for a very long time. And the thing about how our brain works is that we create these habits and it reinforces itself. And because your subconscious is almost 90% of your behavior, you're not thinking about why you're doing something.
Yes.
You've just been doing it for a long time, and that for your brain is good enough.
You can become so accustomed to living for other people
Yep.
that you don't even know where to meet yourself because it's probably been so long that you've actually done something that's just for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It can feel alien.
It can feel so alien.
I feel bad. I get guilt.
Ooh.
I get that guilt, man.
Guilt is so real, and it's like so strange because even like with having boundaries, which we can talk about another time, but it's like, why do we carry so much guilt whenever we do something for ourselves? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can think, I didn't want to be a part of this, I didn't want to go here, I didn't want to be in this situation, and you carry so much guilt for making a decision that's only meant to benefit you. And I think it's like this, like what you said, like wiring, because a lot of people aren't raised to be authentic, like we mentioned in the last episode. We are always raised to be agreeable, to be helpful. So when you like, I guess, unlearn that and start focusing on putting your needs first, there is an element of shame and guilt that comes with it, but that's not meant to be there. Like, you are meant to be staying true to yourself and your needs. You are not here to live to fulfill anyone else's expectations. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think it can be really hard because obviously there's a spectrum to these things. You have some people that do not care about anybody else, right? And you're like, oh,
that's real.
It's a bit harsh. But then, you might be on the other end where you give way too much. And it's like, we are responsible for teaching people how to love us. We are responsible for teaching people how to treat us.
Exactly.
Not everyone is going to find it in the goodness of their heart to treat you right.
Yeah. You need to set the tone.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You need to set the standard on how people treat you.
I think authenticity can be really hard because it is a promise that you make to yourself. It's not something that you make for somebody else.
Yeah.
And so that's why it can feel selfish at times.
Yeah.
But I think that it also attracts and detracts certain people from your life. When you start choosing yourself, like it will reveal, oh, like who's actually okay with me saying no, and who isn't.
Yes. And it's so funny because like in this, like, you know, when you hear the term, oh, like unapologetically yourself, it's like we are so apologetic.
Sorry, I can't come.
Sorry. It's like, why are you apologizing? Like we always hear the term, but we don't even like live like on it. You know what I mean? You are so not meant to be apologizing for being who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because the thing is, once you show up as yourself enough times, people actually understand it. Like, for example, there are some things that I'm not about to invite Justice to because I know the no is already coming. She'll be like, I'm at home. Being unapologetically yourself, being authentic is often gonna look like saying no. Like it's gonna look like setting boundaries. And that can feel selfish sometimes. But like the reality of it is like if you don't do it, then no one's gonna do it for you.
Exactly.
Apart from this one time that you actually did it for me.
Really? Yes. I did it for you.
She did that for me. And it's the first time I've had anyone do that.
What?
Basically, I can't remember what the occasion was, but I think like Justice was asking me to do something, or like I was trying to. My schedule was super busy, but and then Justice just paused and was like, "By the way, you know that I'm not entitled to your time," and I was like,
"Oh yeah, I remember that." Yeah.
Whoa.
I think it's because Tanyara is such a like loving and giving person that she can sometimes overextend herself for people, and I've experienced that. I've experienced people pleasing. We're both recovering from it.
Real.
So I never want to be. I never want her to be doing that to me. I never want her to feel like she can't say no to me because I'm not entitled to her free time, her energy. You know, that's something that she can freely give me, but it's not something that she owes me. So I remember that. I remember just taking a step back and being like, she doesn't owe me this. So I need to remind her that she doesn't need to feel like she has to go out of her way. Maybe out of her way. Maybe if it's something that will be inconveniencing, even if it's something that can essentially be something she'd rather not do, she doesn't have to do that for me. You know what I mean? Because when you are saying no to people, you are saying yes to yourself.
Amen.
Yeah.
But not all of y'all are gonna be so lucky. You know, I got Justice. You can only see in others what you see in yourself. Like Justice was only able to see that in me because she'd seen that in herself, right? Yes. But it's like you're not always going to be met with people being understanding. You almost have to make someone understand, and then also be okay with being misunderstood. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can say the words on your lips.
I think we all sometimes do feel like we do act entitled to each other, and that's why so many people feel responsible for each other. But you're not responsible for someone else. You're only responsible for your needs and for your happiness.
This theme of like being okay with being disliked is massive. We actually we got a book that we've been reading,
The Courage to Be Disliked.
And it does take courage.
Yes,
it really does.
So it was actually Tanyara that came up with that, you know, told me about this book because I had heard of it, but she already had it. And because we knew we wanted to talk about authenticity, she realized that the nature of being authentic, yes, it does mean that you will not always be well received because you are focusing more on yourself. You're not meeting anyone else's expectations but yours. So you need to be okay with being disliked. And it was really, really interesting to realize that we actually hold everyone captive. Like we locked up. Don't let me down. We are in a cage and we don't realize that. We don't even experience freedom because you feel like you are here to please other people. You are controlled by other people. You don't have freedom to actually just be yourself. You know what I mean? One thing I got from the book that was easy that I resonated with is recognition, because I do understand why people feel like they need recognition. They need approval. That's where our worth is. We feel like something is only good when someone else says it is. It's like our words, our voices aren't enough to validate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like we need that stamp. We need someone to give that tick. It's like, you know, when you do an exam or like you write something and you need the teacher to go and mark it and be like, okay, A star. But when you're in the real world, we're still waiting for someone to market. We're still waiting for someone to give us that A-star.
Exactly.
When really it should be, I know the worth of this work because I know the heart that I put into this.
I think for me, it definitely made me question what my worth was measured in. And for me, I always considered my worth to be measured by my usefulness to other people. I genuinely felt like I had to work to earn people's love and acceptance and approval of me. So I was always working. I was not free at all. That mentality was trapping me even more because I felt like I constantly had to be in tune with everybody else. But in me focusing on aligning with everyone else, I am starting to distance myself from myself. I'm abandoning myself. It made me had to reframe what my worth is measured in.
Like, why is it that everything valuable comes from outside of yourself? Why is it not that something can come from within you, or God has given you like that, his stamp of approval of, please, I want you to do this thing, I put this on your heart, like, go confidently. He says, do not be afraid, for I am with you. And it's like, when no, actually, God, I need to make sure that everyone
else is into it. If they're not, I'm not gonna do it. Literally see yourself in this cage. It makes you realize, what am I missing? There's so much more outside of this cage that I have put on myself. You know what I mean? And I think that's why to be authentic is also to be free. You're setting yourself free from other people's expectations. We're also unfulfilled. That's why we need other people to fulfill us. But we don't need that. We're enough as we are. Like, you can give yourself that recognition that you're craving from everybody else.
Absolutely love that essence of like that your cage and authenticity being the freedom, because like in that definition of authenticity, we spoke about it being the truth. And what does the Bible say? The truth shall set you free. And it's like, once you live in your truth, that is the freedom. Like, even if you're thinking, okay, this is so lovely, so nice, but I have a life to live,
I've got a lot of things to do, I can't be focusing on authenticity right now.
I want to be successful, make money. What are you talking about? But you're missing the point, because in order to make the money, in order to have the thing, Myron Gold talks about the success formula, and it goes be, do, have. And so what we're talking about today is the being. Okay,
you are a human being.
Yes.
So you need to, not a human doing.
Okay.
We're always focusing on what we need to do because of what we want to have. But we are ignoring who we are meant to be.
Exactly.
And Myron Golden touched on something that was so important in the first verse of Genesis, and it's literally the first command given to us, which is be fruitful, do multiply, and have dominion. So
that's the order. Don't be skipping it.
That's the order. And we are always skipping the order. It's be, do, have.
It's levels to it as well. So don't think that you will have a lot but be a little. It's, if you be a little, you're going to do a little, and then you're going to have a little. And so it's like, we need to think about where we are on that spectrum, because once you think to yourself in your own identity, wow, and I can be a lot, then you will do a lot, and then you will have a lot. These principles, you see it with a lot of people, like especially say online, you see like someone is a celebrity, famous, they have a lot of stuff, and like one of the things they'll say is, you don't know what it took to get here.
They had to do a lot.
They had to do a lot, and they had to be a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone's like, how did you get all this stuff? And it's like, but no one wants to be or do the things.
That's why it's like, it's hard for people to sometimes get there when their mindset doesn't match. You know what I mean? How can you want something? How can you want to do something if you don't even believe that you are, I guess, destined to do it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it needs to match your identity. But that's why you need to have an identity. You need to be grounded in your identity, because through that you are led to do the activity. Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like, once you skip all of these things, like, you rob yourself, because then maybe you'll end up with kind of some of the things you'd like to have, but inside you're tormented. Like, that's why you're people who are successful but they're not happy, because they don't know who they've become. You know, people who have a lot and they're like, oh, what have I become? Like, you don't want that to be your story. You should be like, I feel fulfilled, I am fulfilled.
That's why, you know, even in this era of everyone, you know, clocking in, and they're like locked in. They're locked in. Go check in as well with yourself. Make sure you are checking in, because you can get lost, you can get distracted, and the minute you get distracted, you will be walking in a different direction. You will not be going in the right direction. So you need to always constantly be becoming.
Yeah.
And unbecoming, and becoming and unbecoming.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. It's like we actually we want to step into that person, but then you also have to release yourself of what was. Like, you know, is it snakes? They shed their skin. You know what I mean? Like, you have a layer that you need to shed in order to actually step into that thing. Like, once you take on something else, you let something else go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're essentially setting yourself free because you are giving space. You are giving room.
Cool. But yeah, this whole process is literally something that we're
working on
through, like, right now, because there are so many things that you have to unlearn. Like, there are so many things that, like, you've been doing for a really long time. Your brain is all about habits. Yeah. Like, there's so much to unlearn. And the thing is about the subconscious is that it doesn't ask your permission. It's just go, go, go. And so if you've been doing, like, the same thing all the time, like, you have to sit with yourself and be like, who do I want to be? And that is a rewiring of that subconscious and being like, I'm going to become something more. And so I'll do something different. And so I'll have different things.
That's beautiful. I think so. I think a lot of people, I think you'll feel it within when you start just saying yes to yourself more and stepping into, like, confidence in who you are. Because, like I said, I think I've said it before in the last episode, like, when you realize who you are, you actually realize how cool and amazing that you are, that you don't need to, I guess, get that validation from everybody else because it's enough. You know what I mean? So honestly, set yourself free. Set yourself free from everyone's expectations. You are not here to meet theirs. No. Let yourself be misunderstood.
Let yourself be disliked. And that's okay when you love yourself.
Exactly. Because obviously they always say it, but, like, the right people, you will be attracting the right people. Imagine being somebody else and you're attracting people that actually align with that person. That's not even you.
So who is that?
You know
that
what I
person
mean?
doesn't even really exist. And say you fall in love with someone and they fall in love with you, but is it actually you? This is just your reminder to be authentic and to be you and to focus on the becoming before you focus on everything you want to do and everything you want to have.
Yeah. It's really important that you are grounded in who you are, who you're meant to be. And that can continue to change and evolve. But it has to be on your terms. It can't be, you know, in order to appeal or fit in or be accepted by others. You need to be accepting of yourself, and that's enough.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, I'm just gonna pray for you guys. Lord, I pray for the people on the other side of this screen. I pray that going forward, they be able to be true to who they are, that old patterns that they need to be released from. Lord, will you just free them from it? Lord, would you give the people just an everlasting freedom, that they know themselves, that they can come to know themselves, they can be released from anything that's holding them back, Lord, that they would see the beauty that you have put inside of them, Lord, and they would stop comparing themselves to anybody and everybody, that they would know there is something special inside of them, Lord, them true healing and true blessings. Lord, we pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thanks so much for watching. We hope that this prompts you to ask those questions to yourself and to just check in with who you are and who you're meant to be, and if what you're doing, who you're around, aligns with who you are and who you're meant to be.
Exactly. Just knowing that you are good enough just as you are.
And set yourself free.
Set yourself free, baby. You can fly.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. We hope that this episode gave you clarity. Also, please feel free to like and subscribe and comment. You can also find us on our Instagram, which is Clarity Within, and my personal Instagram, which is JusticeNXOX.
And mine, that is Tanyara.dzwa.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right. Stay blessed. Bye.
Bye.